reminded me I was gonna bring money to pay for the welding. I forgot that too, so you might be in jail if they come and get him.
Police here.
Been there before. Tough it out. Trick is you gotta take the toilet paper first. Huh?
Oh,
Stanton PD.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh. I was talking to Brenda.
call the meeting to order. It's Montcalm County Board of Commissioners, regular meeting for Monday, July 14th. We'll begin with pledge of allegiance and invite you to remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Vice Chairman Peterson.
Yeah, today we have Pastor Dennis Ross with us from Nevins Lake Church. Lead us in prayer, please.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you that our Board of Commissioners is willing to have pastors open in prayer. Lord, we do seek your wisdom. We do seek your direction. Pray that you would continue to be with our commissioners in our county, that you might work out what's best for us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call.
Alexander.
Here.
Johnston.
Here?
Peterson.
Yes, ma'am.
Painter.
Ma'am.
Mahar.
Here.
Carr.
Yes.
and Murray.
And we have a quorum on tonight's agenda. I don't have any changes. Does anyone else?
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Johnston.
I'd move to approve our agenda as presented. Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the agenda as presented. Discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Everyone have a copy of the meeting minutes of the last meeting, June 23rd, 2025.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Johnston.
I'd move to approve our minutes from our last regular meeting, June 23rd, 2025 as presented.
Support. It's been moved and supported to approve the meeting minutes of the last regular meeting, June 23rd, 2025 as presented. Discussion. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comments. Hearing no.
Ron Smith, 744 South Greenville Road, and I believe in God. The day of the Pride Day, I guess I can call it, I sat out in my front yard all day long. Missed my great-grandson's birthday party. And my wife was upset, nervous, and she had me put in a security system, no trespassing signs, and all that stuff, which cost me a bunch of money. And I sat there and I watched the traffic, and the people were driving by their GPS. It was easy to see because they'd come down 91 from the south, and they'd get right in front of my driveway. No turn signals. GPS said park. And of course, parking was on the north end. There was 2 fender benders, nothing serious, but I was waiting for a good one. And it so happened the fair was getting out that day. People were hauling cattle home, horses, and I seen a couple horse trailers have to slam on their brakes. You could hear the horses falling in the trailer. And it was a real concern about traffic safety. They finally got a guy out there, but he took a lot of breaks to tell him that to go to the next driveway. And then afterwards, a couple friends of mine that are Republican delegates said that they tried to rent the park for a Republican picnic, and it was rejected. Said it was political, too political. Well, if that was too political, what was that last function? And I know people have pictures of the cars parked all over the yard. I can't ride my golf cart over there on the grass. I can't even go around the road with my golf cart. The neighbor got harassed over there on his quad. But yeah, these people can drive all over the yard. Luckily, we had no rain. That's all I got.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public comments?
No, that's not true.
I'm just gonna be a holder to start with. We didn't know which way, whether we should have actually given you individual pictures. We made them big enough, hopefully you can film it with. But I'll let her speak.
Darla Waffle on Spencer Road. I talked to an older lady who lives across the park since the 60s. She said she's never seen anything like it before. Driving and parking on the grass, anything or anywhere they wanted to go, exiting from ditches to the road, almost causing accidents. People driving by, swerving, looking on the party, almost caused accidents. And sure enough, an accident caused. Then it happened, the accident caused. Later, litter was left where the cars were parked. Loud music, drum, metal rock crap. In the morning and in the afternoon, selling of food and stuff, which is against the law. I could see from the road the loud music, taking off robes, to revealing dances and outfits that were bedroom wear for adults. Children were watching it all. This you let happen, looking the other way, selling, parking, rude conduct, breaking every rule and law of the parks. Never again, before, yet, next year, ASP make rules for smaller park groups, pavilion, never close a park to private parties again, and obey the rules and laws. Never again will this happen. All parks will be taken care of and not abused.
Thank you.
I got something to say if that's right. It wasn't kind of all right. I'm not as eloquent, like I was saying. I'm kind of tired. I had a rough night work and stuff, but our biggest thing was always been the parking. We started with that, saying that the traffic and everything else. We also did have a friend of ours from church. She calls me and she said, or text me. She said, by the way, almost got in an accident down there. I said, really? Why? What happened? She goes, well, somebody was paying attention to what was going on and took their eyes off the road and swerved around a truck or whatever and almost hit us. I had to go off the side of the road and miss it. Said, well, we were kind of worried about that, big groups and everything. And that has kind of been our thing to begin with. It wasn't against pride for us. They brought it there and it was kind of a disrespectful even to you guys. You guys asked them no applause, and yet they did the snapping and everything else. It was kind of, to me, it seemed like a disrespect to you guys. You guys were in the authority, but it wasn't really about all that with us. It started off, we just want small groups in the park, and this is why the pictures of driving on the lawn, you can see where they had prints from the car going up on the 91. Didn't go through the driveway. I didn't say all of them did that, but at least one or two did. And their prints was there afterwards when we went by to see it. As far as litter, yeah, there was litter. I don't think there was a whole bunch, but there was still stuff left over from the park that should have probably been cleaned up as well. But that's all I got.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other public comments?
JL Hudson, Greenville. My commissioners, here we stand post McCarthy Park rental event. I'm sure some of the commissioners are quite pleased with the event as it appears they cleaned up after themselves. However, the surrounding community that sought protection from you are not happy with the event. In review, 2 meetings ago, you proposed meeting with the event organizers with the purpose of finding a compromise. The last meeting commissioners had, you reported back no compromises had been made, no changes to the event, and no protection for the neighborhood. But now I can report to you what actually took place. On the day of the event, I was outside my house 3/4 of a mile away at 3 p.m. and I could plainly hear electric guitars wailing away. This went on all afternoon. In the evening, I went and walked across the line into the park to personally witness what was billed as a family-friendly drag show. What I witnessed was performers disrobing, a crowd waving money to get the dancers to come dance in front of them. However, I can say their genitals remain covered. Good for them. During that performance, 3 foot away from me, one of the dancers did a lap dance on someone in the audience. Perhaps this is what takes place in your family, but my mother never did lap dances at our family events. I have to say this was not a family-friendly drag show. I have pictures if you'd like to see what took place. One of the neighbors called the police to have them come investigate a complaint. They declined to come and said they put it in a general report. So we received no protection from our commissioners, no protection from the park ordinances in place. We received no protection from the police. It is now a public record that you favored the desires and wishes of a small special interest group above the surrounding community. This is discriminatory. All these problems can easily be solved in the future by renting no more than 1 pavilion to one group, limiting the number to 50 per pavilion. All these problems will go away if this step is taken, along with enforcing the park ordinance that's in place. There's over 50 years of history of the McCarthy Park being used by small groups and the park remaining open to the public. In the last year, you changed the use of the park without any prior public notification or public comment as required by Park Ordinance Section 31. Now the rental group is behind us. It's time for the voice of reason to prevail and provide the county with an open park that respects the community it's located in. We ask that you return the park to the public, reinstate it to its previous manner of use. There's one thing I know for sure: the law gives us the right to peaceful enjoyment of our property. If the neighborhood is not provided any consideration for its input or protection from you or the police, we'll be forced to seek protection in the courts. Thank you for considering our input.
Thank you. Any other public comments? If not, Commissioner Vice Chairman Peterson with tonight's correspondence, please.
Okay. First up is the Homeland Security Grant Intergovernmental Agreement. I will have to defer to Brenda on this because I am not aware of what this is.
I'm going to defer to Eric because it's Eric's item. I thought he'd be at the table doing the first one that he's on the timed agenda for, and then he could talk about that one.
I can talk about this one. This is something that we have to do every
Come to the
year.
table.
I'm
please.
sorry, you got 410 agenda item anyway,
Yeah.
so.
You caught me off guard.
I know.
I can
Me
yield
too.
my time if you want to just jump into that.
Which one do you want first?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the 410 agenda item, being that we're overdue on that.
Okay, the mutual aid agreement?
Yep.
All right. So for the past several years, the Region 6 is made up of 13 counties, the Michigan State Police districts. We're in District 6. They've been working on a mutual aid concept and mutual aid agreement for the past several years. Pretty much all other disciplines have it. Police have mutual aid agreements. The ambulance, we have to have mutual aid agreements with surrounding agencies by administrative rule. Fire departments here in our county have automatic mutual aid agreements within the county and mutual aid agreements with others. So, I mean, it's pretty standard practice to have mutual aid agreements. So we didn't ever have one specific to the emergency management community. So we've been working on this for a few years. And really, it doesn't change what historically has been done a whole lot. It's completely optional. Every county has the option to sign or not to sign. And really, the significant changes, if we do sign, will be, for one, it'll be more formalized, which basically just means more documentation. So the request that made from one community to another will be more formal and will be written. And also, there is a provision for cost recovery. Well, currently there is not. And honestly, if we don't sign, if we call for help and say, hey, we got this going on and we need help, people are still going to come and help. It's just going to be more informal like it does now. And if we have an event in our community big enough that we're asking other communities to come and help us, chances are it's going to be big enough that we're probably going to go for some sort of declaration and likely some sort of reimbursement. And if that's the case, we're going to need the documentation and everything anyway that comes with the mutual aid agreement. So there's really not much of a downside to it. It doesn't obligate us to do anything because it's kind of a, when somebody asks for help, if you can help, you help kind of deal. The last I knew, all of the counties in the region except for Kent were going to sign it, which is kind of ironic because Kent spearheaded it and Kent kind of put the lion's share of the work into it, and Kent ran it through their legal department, I believe 3 different times, and their legal signed off on it and said, yeah. And then from what I understand, their administrator or some high-ranking official in the county interprets something in it differently than the legal team interprets it. So they're, for now, choosing not to sign it. I sent a text earlier today asking if that's been worked out or not, and I didn't get a response. So I don't know if Kent's on board now or not. But when I did ask a week or so ago, I was told that every other county is going to sign. The goal is to have whoever is going to sign in the agreement by the end of July. That's why I brought it today. So people want to take a look at it, mull it over, talk about it, whatever, and we can come back and talk about it more next meeting after people have a chance to look at it and stuff. If they do have questions or want to talk more about it or research it or whatever. But that's kind of, I guess, the nuts and bolts of it.
Yes, Commissioner Mahar.
This isn't going to change the way you do business.
Not at all. No, the only
It's
thing
more of a
it's
symbolism that
it kind of formalizes it more. And then, so if say Kent County has something going on and they say, hey, this is more than we can handle, can you come and help? Now they're going to give us a formal request, or vice versa. If we needed their help, then we would submit a formal request to them and the documentation that goes along with it. Doesn't obligate us to, or them. They could say, no, sorry, this also is our problem too. And we just can't afford the help. So it doesn't obligate anybody to do anything. But as far as boots on the ground, you probably will never notice a difference before or after. The difference really is going to be administration and documentation. But as far as what you'll get at the end of the day, nobody would ever know whether it happened or not, I don't believe.
So you're obviously in favor of this.
I mean, yes, for a post-disaster thing, because during a disaster, it's not going to change anything. We're going to call people and say, hey, we need help. Please come help. And they're going to come help. So there, it's not going to change anything. But afterwards, when it comes time for the documentation and the submission and trying to get declarations and hopefully at some point some reimbursement, then it's going to make it easier because we'll have that documentation that formalized the whole thing going through it, if that makes sense.
It does.
Anyone else have any questions for Director Smith? What's your pleasure?
I'll move to allow emergency services to participate in the Region 6 Emergency Management Mutual Aid Agreement and allow for signatures.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Discussion. It's not funny. It's not surprising that Kent won't sign it. I mean, Kent being Kent, but 13 county, trying to get 13 to do the same things next to impossible in today's climate or culture anyway, isn't it?
And kind of the ironic thing to me is they're the ones that kind of spearheaded the lion's share of the work, and they're the ones that ran it through their legal department, and their legal department signed off on it. And
When they found out everybody else was willing to do it, they decided it couldn't be right. And
yeah, I'm not sure all the details. I only know what I've been told by our MSP guy.
yeah. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Eric. Next on Vice Chairman Peterson's correspondence, you're up on number 1 on that too. What do you know about what do we need to know about the Homeland Security Grant?
All right, so the intergovernmental agreement is something that we do every year, and basically, long story short, is the Department of Homeland Security gives the grant money to a fiduciary. The fiduciary then gives it to us. We have to have an agreement with the fiduciary in order to receive the money. We do this grant every year. The only thing that has changed from years prior is the dates. It's the same thing that we've done every year. The contract or the agreement says the same thing. It means the same thing. It's really, kind of copy and paste from years past.
Okay.
And again, this is optional, but if the fiduciary doesn't have an intergovernmental agreement, then they can't give us any money.
How many dollars are we talking about?
Probably between 18 and 20,000, which is not necessarily going to come to us. Like last year, I think, Stanton Police Department got radios out of it. The road commission got some stuff. So it goes to various people. The county may not get any of it, honestly.
But somebody in the county gets
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
And if we don't sign this,
Correct.
nobody gets anything.
Correct.
Well, knowing that, I would make the motion to approve the fiscal year 24 intergovernmental agreement between the county and the West Michigan Regional Medical Consortium.
Support. It's been moved and supported. Discussion. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Eric.
All right, next up, opiate litigation resolution. Again, Brenda, I'll have to lean on you for this. I guess the last sentence in the first paragraph, does this mean we would have to pay $135,000 or we would receive?
We would receive just a
Okay.
one-time payment. So and this is pretty much how we've handled all of these, is with a resolution. So they kind of wanted us to follow suit with and be consistent.
That's just a new segment of who they're going after. And
Yep.
we jump in like we have on the other ones. and
Sandos
amounts to
Incorporated. I don't know who that is, but and we'll
135,000.
probably be back with another one either the end of this month or beginning of August. Because now they're looking at Purdue Sacklers, the Sackler family in Purdue. So that they're working a deal there.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
That might be the last one. I hope it is. So
Clerk, is this resolution number correct?
yes, it is.
Okay. Then I would make the motion to approve resolution 2025-06, authorizing entry of participation agreements and partial settlement of the National Prescription Opiate Litigation and authorize the board chair to sign the participation form.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt resolution 2025-06. Discussion.
Do we need a roll call for this? Nope.
If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, page 53 starts your fiscal year 2025 budget adjustments. And obviously, I will let Brenda speak to these because I didn't make any of these adjustments.
Alrighty, so just a limited amount on the general fund there, just trying to tackle the big ones or the obvious ones. Other ones where we've made personnel decisions through the middle of the year, I'm gonna wait and do those on the last one, just to get closer to a good number. The only two that I had to dip into fund balance to balance the transaction was the Public Improvements Fund 403 and the Park Capital Improvements Fund 408 on page 2 at the bottom. And that was basically just to record those CAC expenses we're gonna have there.
Allotments,
Yeah.
allocations.
And then And for the park fund, it was just some improvements that Doug did. I think the big one was for tree removal at McCarthy Park, the stump removal in that. And that kind of, it was supposed to get done in the last budget year, but they came after October 1st, so we had to pay it in this budget year. So that's why that's that way. The next one, you'll see a lot more, the September budget adjustments.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Brenda on the budget adjustments so far? If not, I would approve and allow for their appropriate signatures.
Support. It's been moved and supported to approve the budget adjustments as presented by the controller and obtain the appropriate signatures. Discussion. So all these are net zero to us, except the two special revenues and taking it out of their own fund balances.
Yeah.
Pretty easy going.
Mhm.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, next up is everyone's favorite warrant reports. First is warrant report 06262025 in the amount of $437,781.50. Next warrant report 07032025 in the amount of $282,471.34. Third warrant report 07102025 in the amount of $346,648.60. And finally, warrant report 07142025 in the amount of $687,879.33 for a grand total of $1,754,780.77. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the warrant reports? If not, I would move to accept and allow for the appropriate signatures.
Support. It's been moved and supported to approve the four warrant reports totaling $1,754,780.77. Discussion. If there's no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, next up, consent agenda, items 8 through 10. If anybody has any questions on that, please ask them now. If not, I would move to place items 8 through 10 of the consent agenda on file.
It's been moved and supported to place items 8 through 10 of the consent agenda on file. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And the rest is for your informations and resolutions from other counties. I did hear a little scuttlebutt about number 11 before the meeting. It is Day Township's notice for a public hearing that's taking place today. And it is discussing tax abatements for the new solar project coming in to Day Township. So if nobody has anything on that, that will be your board correspondence for Monday, July 14th.
Thank you, Vice Chairman
Thank you.
Peterson. Up next is committee reports, and we don't have anything. New business, item 1, the fiscal year 2026 budget.
All right. So in the left pocket, I'm just going to point out some documents in the left pocket. There is some highlighting in the binder part under the general fund. So you want to flip through that and see. I kind of highlighted things that were a big increase from last year. In the pocket is just a brief summary of the request by the departments. A 6-page list of the proposed fee increases, which there's not too many on there. I highlighted them so they're easy to pick out. You'll notice down in the Register of Deeds on the last page, she hasn't gotten me the fee yet. I've asked her twice and still haven't gotten that, so I'm not sure when I'm going to get that. Next in that pocket are the changes to the staffing control summary that have taken place since last October. And I put those in red ink, so they were easy to see. And then lastly in that pocket is the expenditure, or no, it's not lastly. It's the expenditure procedures and policy. Just FYI, read it over, see if there's anything you want to change. I don't have anything I want to change in it, so, but I thought I should always give you guys a shot at it. And then that last page in there, so I'm gonna start doing is putting a fund balance by fund rundown for each fund in there, so you can see. So the column to the far left, beginning fund balance, is what the last fiscal year ending fund balance was. So those highlighted ones, you'll see there are ones that I'm working with the auditors to get rid of because they've been stale or defunct for years and years and years. So I'm trying to get him to tell me what can we do with those. So I guess from you, I would need to know, how do we want to, what process do we want to use this year? Do we want to use the same process that we've used in prior years, where you have every department head come up and reiterate in person what they've asked for on paper? Or do you want to go through that summary list of requests and cross out definite no's and then ask the remaining ones to come and talk about their requests? Or how do you want to do it?
How did we do it last year?
Everybody can.
Hmm.
The course of 2 meetings.
Can we just go through the whole thing by ourselves first and then figure out what
Yeah, you could do
what
that
we
too.
like and don't like and need further questioning on?
Yeah.
Is anybody opposed to that?
So our first meeting is next Monday at 8 o'clock.
AM?
8 a.m. Can I cramp your schedule there?
Taking two.
Yeah. Who's bringing donuts and will there be coffee?
We can
Those are
probably
all
make some.
serious questions. But
So,
sounds good to me.
so you just want to do that first meeting next Monday, 8 a.m. and we'll figure out.
I think that makes
Where we
sense.
go
I don't
from there?
think that everyone that has a request needs to come before us. We've been through this drill before and they have too. I think we can answer some of those questions and request their presence on the ones that we have questions on. Is that what you were
Okay.
thinking?
I believe so.
All of the funds outside the general fund, well, they're all balanced. I believe I used 700,000 in fund balance to balance the general fund. There's a couple other funds that are using fund balance, but none out of the ordinary. They're kind of the same ones that have every year. I will say that $900,000 bond payment went, whew, just like that. Juvenile has requested a $900,000 appropriation this year for the
Up from 600.
child care fund. Yeah. All those places where those kids go have like doubled, tripled, and quadrupled their rates, daily rates. So they did have some fund balance. So I believe I used like 90,000 in fund balance or 100,000 in fund balance. And then the rest was an appropriation from the general fund, 810, I think it was. So the health department's appropriation went up by 20-some thousand this year. 27, I think, and change. Indigent defense is static. That one stayed. All of the capital improvements, there's now a 5-year capital improvement plan in there in the documentation back part request. So everything that Doug wanted to do, I'm trying to get Doug on a schedule where we only do emergency projects through the course of the year. Every other project has to funnel through the budget process. So I'm tired of doing all these RFPs mid-year out of the blue. So I believe there was almost 500,000 there, which normally there's 250. So those are kind of the things that ate up that $900,000 bond payment. So I guess just review, and then we can get at it next Monday.
Okay, everyone good with that? All right, item number 2, new business clerk correspondence. Item number 3, controller correspondence.
You'll see this spreadsheet thing on your desk. That's just an ARPA update, where we are with spending. Page 2, I've got that amount highlighted at 135,564.68. That is our last remaining bill. And if you looked at the warrant report that was dated 07/14, you saw it in that warrant report. So this next page shows you a 0 as of the end of July. So yes, we will be done with that ARPA reporting in
Done and
September.
accounted for.
Yes,
Good.
thank goodness. It was, I won't chastise it. It was good funding that got us to, we did a lot of projects with it, but, next, collective bargaining committee, which is Pat, Adam, Chris, and then Matt and Nate are alternates. POM and COM have requested to start bargaining, and, we've picked the dates of either August 19th or August 26th to start. Which would you prefer?
Yeah, the week are there.
There are Thursdays, I think. Let me look. No, I'm wrong. They're Tuesdays.
Is that COAM? Is that what you said?
COM and POM together
When's that contract out?
at the end of this year.
I'm good
Either
for
one
whatever day.
Work for me, I
Yeah,
guess.
I can make it work.
You may work. Okay. And if these three guys come, you don't have to, Nate. But,
Yep.
So, all right. So Rochelle and I will pick one.
Okay.
Okay. And then just a little quick, and no, I said about Purdue, I said that. So ordinances, doing some more housekeeping. The prosecutor has informed me that we can get rid of the junk and rubbish one ordinance because they're working on that blight one with all the others. So I'll be bringing that sometime this summer for us to dissolve that one. I was informed 2 weeks ago, I think it was, that our off-road vehicle ordinance is out of date. So that one is at our legal right now, getting updated. So I'll be back with that, an updated version of that one. So,
It's one that allows them to ride down the
Yeah.
shoulder of the road.
yeah, apparently the state's changed the laws several times and we didn't follow suit with our ordinance. So
Okay.
that's all I got.
Okay, thank you. New business number 4 is the chair and board correspondence. Chair doesn't have anything. Anyone else?
I just have a question for Brenda. Do we have any other rental bookings at McCarthy this year?
Mhm. We have a wedding in there this month at the end of, I think it's the end of this month.
Did they do the whole park or just
Mhm. I believe so, right, Michelle?
Pardon me?
They did the whole park
It is, yes,
on the 26th, probably. That's a Saturday.
26.
did the disc golf folks ever materialize?
Not yet, anyway.
And then I do just, I guess, we had discussion about discussing that, the park ordinance,
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not we're going to keep it or modify it. We
Yeah,
should probably get that on.
figured we'd wait till the summer season was over and things slow down a little bit and we're beyond our trial period here for that park.
Okay.
So it is on my agenda, yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Anyone else? Correspondence. Charlie reminded me of a question I had for Brenda when we were going through those budget cheat sheets in community corrections. Is that correct that they're going from 5 positions down to 1? Am I reading that right?
Corrections. No, probably
Seemed like a big
0.5.
0.5 up to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
there's a
Because we made
0.5 in
it
there.
Last,
0.5.
yeah, so last October we made Joe full-time. He does
That
part-time.
makes way more sense. Thank you.
Mhm.
Get your readers on.
Yeah. Well, mine had the red line right through the point.
Oh,
In my defense.
Oh, yeah.
Because my eyes are
I'm
perfect.
seeing it.
I think they're all just a copy. I think we all got the same
Oh, okay.
thing. Sorry to tell you, but we can
Good
all,
try, though.
we can all see the same thing.
I gave it a whirl. That ends new business, old business. We don't have anything. Public comments.
Just real quick, I was wondering, Randy wants to get. Last time we did talk about, when we had thing going on, I thought you had even told them that they could not close the park. Has that changed? That part of the, I realize you have to work on some of the other rules and everything else that you're talking about. But at that time, I think I remember you guys saying we cannot close the park.
Just remind you, this is a public comment. It's not a public exchange. So
Oh.
if you want to make a comment, you're
No,
welcome
that-
to.
that's-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other public comments?
I move to adjourn.
Support. It's been moved and supported to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.